This is a demo of the Leadership Surge leadership development training platform. Here at Leadership Surge, we focus on the construction industry, training leaders in construction, primarily the foreman leadership for construction companies. The challenges that we faced before developing our software was that most companies have a lot of foremen. Typically, a company has anywhere from 50 to about 300 foremen who are spread out all over the country developing projects for the company. And the company makes money typically in construction when the foreman is working in the field on a project, making sure that they can deliver that project on schedule and within budget. And so for us, we initially started out doing live trainings quarterly, and then we went to monthly, trying to bring foremen in the classroom to teach these concepts. But the challenge that we saw, which is shown in the Ebbinghaus forgetting curve, is that every time we would do a training, a lot of that information would be forgotten because the frequency of training was just so far and few in between. And so therefore we had to come up with more creative ideas and answers to provide solutions that would allow our content to be sticky and to stick, but then also for us to also provide a cost-effective solution for our clients that we could show them reports as well as show them the results of the training that we were delivering. So we begin to mix live training along with some of these web-based trainings, which I'm about to show you today. And so you can see now this is a competitive environment. Our foremen are super competitive. They get points and earn rewards for taking quizzes and similar to like trivia on our software. And so this can be broken down, as you can see it can be broken down into all, as well as you can have it broken down via departments or even subgroups within those departments as far as the software is concerned. Every person taking the training, they have a ranking, and so they'll see where they rank and where they fall amongst their peers, as well as they can see, as well as their supervisors can see how many total training games they've played. As you can see here, I've trained taken 41 games. Along with how much time I've spent training, 50 minutes for me. And then if you want to go even farther into breaking this into teams, you can break it into teams so that you have different units competing against each other, making it really exciting. This also goes on to either farther break down the player rating. To get even further into the development, you can even begin to reward badges. We saw that our competitive nature just comes out of us when we're able to compete against other people, and so therefore we begin to award badges, and these badges can be customized depending on the company and what their goal of achievement is, as well as trophies. We have trophies such as first game played, 5 games played. If someone scores the perfect score, the sky's the limit as to what you can do with the trophies and badges there. So to get into the actual gameplay, these are quick games that are delivered in 2 to 5 minute increments on a daily basis. And so the games can be capped out on time, as well as how many chances each individual can get playing the actual game. So to show you just what a few typical games look like, we base games on just sometimes inspiring motivational content, as well as actual hardcore traditional content. And we begin to work with sponsors to have some technical training, such as how to operate tools and equipment and things of that nature there. And so all of these are different games that our participants can play on a daily basis. Now, games can be uploaded. As you can see, I have 3 new games within my software right now, but games can be uploaded on a daily basis. They can be assigned to different people depending on where they are. So for example, for us, because we have different companies, some companies are assigned certain games, whereas other users for another company, they wouldn't see certain games, and that's all handled on the back end there with us. So just to kind of get into a quick game, we have mini games, which mini games are really short and quick. We like to call those quick bursts, which those can be anywhere from 2 to about 6 questions. And then you have what I call larger games, and larger games, those tend to have about 25 questions, and they typically take about on the higher end of that 5 minutes. And so here is our initial kickoff game. And so you see the video there. So the video training is right there within the software. It tells the scenario. It kind of gives a quick outline of what's going on. That scenario, we use it sometimes for an overview of this quick training. We also use it as a way to tell them what prizes they may be able to win, because we've tied and associated certain prizes to actual games and training. For example, we'll have quarterly prizes for that quarter's top point winner, or whoever has played the most games at the end of the quarter. We may give gift cards. So the sky is the limit as to what you do. Currently, we're offering a trip at the end of the year. The top 10 finishers in our platform will have a vacation with their spouse. And so this is an initial game. And so just to kind of see what this looks like, they will watch that video, then the timer goes off. And as you can see, this mini game has 3 areas. We like to call it simple, ready, set, go for us, but these can be customized with the category depending on what you're looking to train at that point in time. So if I go into here, it's just a quick question here. And that question says, you get what you, and ideally they would have seen this in the video, but you get what you are ruthlessly committed to in life. And so therefore I go to the next question. I'm going to kind of blow through some of this just so you can kind of see what it looks like at the end of me answering these questions, to kind of go from there. I missed that one there, but as you can see, it shows the answer, as well as it gives the actual user the ability to rate that question if the question wasn't a good question in their opinion. And so it helps not only the front end, but the back end also be able to answer certain questions here. And so I think I have one more here, or 2 more, and then I'll show you what it looks like once you finish your questions here. And the cool part about these is that questions can be delivered in audio form, picture form, or even video form for our participants. And as you can see, the timer is going off up there to see exactly how long it's taking me to actually do this. And so once I finish, it tallies up my score. It shows what I have. Right now I had a 67%. As you can see, I can send that record to my supervisor or to a captain of our team if we're playing team play there. It shows the total number of points that I can receive for this session, which is 600 points, as well as how much time I spent doing this. And so when I go home to the home screen, it calculates my points, and lo and behold, those 600 points move me up 1 spot from 15 to 14th. And so now I've jumped up 1 spot with this. So the sky is the limit as to how and what you do with your gaming, what type of games you use. We've seen everything from technical games to leadership games. The really cool part about this is we begin to use this almost as an advertising platform. We begin to add some of our suppliers. So as you can see, Milwaukee Tool, they wanted a game, so they have some of their commercials advertising some of their product right there within our software. The other cool part about this, to go back, we also have companies actually being able to put some of their content right here in the software. So companies can begin to put different things that they may want their employees to know also on the platform. And so we found it super beneficial, not only for micro learning, or what we like to call learning on the go, but also being able to track and measure time that has been spent on the software, as well as being able to see what other things do we need to go over, because the reports, on which I'll show you on the next presentation, they allow us to be able to see who's playing, what time of the day they're playing, how much of the video they're watching. It shows us a percentage of how many questions they got correct, which questions they got wrong. So we can see this from an individual standpoint all the way up to a company-wide standpoint, and provide those reports for companies that we serve. So that's a little bit of the overview of the Leadership Surge platform. I'll go into another presentation in a second just to show you how we're using it in the field.